the Exort does. So if Ember Spirit can get his bottle up, which he's actually had some trouble doing, he's going to be very safe in that lane.
He's doing really well with CS already too.
Oh yeah, he's already got 9, leading the charts.
He's doing just
But
fine.
Invoker's getting his clicks in. And they even brought the Bane mid, so that's a lot of EXP they brought out of that. Speaking of Bane, he's going to be behind the Darkseer in just a moment. This could be a gank. Oh, he's going to slip out that new tree line.
I'm not gonna lie, I've used it so many times. It's awesome. It will
Oh,
cancel
yeah.
the clarity though. It's gonna take a little damage for his efforts, but not too bad here.
No,
Okay.
they even rotated the Tusk over, so they have really good team communication and awareness. Like, because the Bane... Oh, yeah, the Bane didn't show up on any wards. They just noticed he was missing mid, and so they decided to send Tusk, like, before the Bane was seen in lane or anything.
Uh-oh. Bench is getting gun on top. Should be okay though. Misses the pounce. He's gonna take a nice little hit from the cogs here, lose some of that mana, but not
He's
too
also
devastating
taking a lot
early
from the
slug.
battery assault.
Yeah, they're just swapping, just trading blows. Okay, so we have not had a chance to convene since the patch. What do you think about the Fairy Fire change, an addition?
The Fairy Fire change. You know, when I saw it, I didn't think it was that important. It's 2 damage and 75 health. So I've never really been huge on it, but I've seen a lot of people buying it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Jug's got one too. I didn't even notice that.
It's really good for cores because it's like a better twig. Because you're getting 2 damage for 75 gold, which is slightly more gold efficient than
There we go.
picking up
Juggernaut's getting gone
ranges.
on. They're not gonna be able to sustain this. He's gonna have to get out of there. He's gonna go down. That's first blood. Takes a lot of ion shell damage, but
Yeah. Meanwhile, in top lane, Vengeful Spirit almost died as well, and she barely
using
got it.
everything. Sab hand and then okay, same with Clockwork. So he had to expend a lot too. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a difference that we haven't seen. I mean, in Dota 2 for as long as I can remember, there was never an instant consumable, whereas in League, I mean, there's plenty of those. So it's just kind of weird to see that 2 were added almost in consecutive patches. So it's just a little odd.
What instant consumables does League have? I know they have potions which function similar to Tango's, but you don't have to eat a tree.
Oh, it's not.
But
They're
I
not
don't think
instant.
they have...
Oh, I could have sworn. I haven't played in over 3 years though, so I'm not sure.
No.
At least recently, but that was something that I always noticed. That I kind of appreciate that with Dota because you always had to be a little more cautious with it, you know.
Yeah, you can lose it.
Yeah, I mean, if yeah, oh well, especially yeah, clarities and stabs, but like the Tango, it's like you have to be careful because if you take, you know, a few hits off a creep wave, you're kind of making your Tango negligible. So you always had to be kind of cautious when you were doing it. So I don't know, it's just it's a difference that we've been introduced these last few months here, and it's just something I was just curious.
Yeah, they're really playing up the trade-off between instant versus optimal.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, mangoes are...
Dude, Tusk is going down.
Again?
He's got 1 hit. Ember's going to get him. Yeah, good remnant play. He recognizes the Invokers on cooldown and doesn't have any way to get Cold Snap up. So he is able to go in on that really aggressive high ground play and get out unpunished.
Yeah, that's pretty huge this early because the early levels for the Tusk are pretty crucial. You really want to have. I mean, okay, he is level 3 though, so it's not terrible, but you definitely
want to. But you want to
get
to 6.
Oh god,
Walrus Punch is such a big deal.
Well, and the thing is,
hopefully he'll find it.
That's Alex playing the Tusk, and his entire gameplay as a support player is about how he can make movements around the map, and getting kind of stifled like this early is really not what he likes to play. I mean, it's. Uh-oh, we have a pause.
Oh, we have a bit of a pause.
That's good. I can always use a pause. Make sure my shit's still working here. Looks like we're okay.
Oh.
Offlane is having some spikes. Welcome to my life. Time Warner Internet. Time Warner Internet. God, as if I wasn't new to streaming enough, but let's incorporate horrible internet connection as well.
Yeah, my internet definitely leaves something something to be desired as well.
You and me both, kid. You and me both. Oh my gosh, I've been playing so many other games, like I'm not even used to the hotkeys in Dota anymore. I kid you not, I've been using WASD to like move the camera.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's. I honestly haven't played all that much.
That's alright. The new patch hasn't done a whole lot to shift up the metagame.
So I've noticed.
Because they didn't change a lot of characters that drastically. The big one is Invoker, and then I've seen a lot of Death Prophet play because she has like a new
Yeah.
spell essentially. She didn't have one
It
before.
was Terrorblade's old skill, which is pretty cool,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Okay, Ember, very
And
scared.
that's gonna be a very, very in trouble Invoker because they brought that Bane up with Invis.
No, he's just fine.
Oh, actually, Ember's gonna have to TP out.
Yeah, he's got no choice. See that's one thing that kind of stinks is the early levels of Flame Guard that they're nice, but you have to have it up to use it. And the problem is that cooldown's going to be high no matter what level it is. So
Yeah.
Clockwork is just going balls deep. I think he has to though. The Slark's leading the CS board, and he definitely feels that. So he's definitely going to be as aggressive as possible. So he's going to save
Clockwork's
himself
actually doing
too.
a phenomenal job.
Oh, for sure.
He's getting a lot of harassing, especially on mana pools with those cogs.
Yeah.
Don't forget that they do burn mana, and he's actually tied with Darkseer on CS, which is phenomenal for a Clockwork. Like he has very little lane control as the character he is. So the fact that he's 18 and 18 with a Darkseer is really, really impressive.
Yeah, well, and he's definitely doing the right thing being aggressive too, because it's even with just dropping the cogs, not necessarily getting the battery assault damage in, but just getting the cogs in there just to make sure that Slark doesn't have the mana to, to pull off the combo. So I mean, Slark's already gone for an early point in essence shift because he's been mana choked, he's been mana deprived. All right, so we're gonna have some stacking here too, for Mr. Ember Spirit here. I think he pinged it out earlier. He's like,
really
why the hell don't I have stacks? He's kind of butthurt about it, I think.
Wow, he's actually gone for a max Searing Chains build, which I have not seen much of. Usually you see the Flame Guard maxed out and the Searing Chains maxed out second. It looks like he's going for a more aggressive style.
I mean, in both of them, you really can't go wrong. I mean, it's
yeah, those are really the two abilities that you max out first.
It's really
so.
It kind of depends, and I think it's. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. I think in this particular case, I think the Flame Guard would be better, especially if he's farming stacks as he is right now. He's taking out the medium camp and the large camp. So I mean, I think Flame Guard would be a little nicer, especially for protection. It's not like Invoker's doing a ton of spell damage, but it would still help, especially if there's rotations. So Clockwork got his 6. He's got Hook ready, but I mean, he's farming so well. I mean, do you really want to leave?
Yeah, I think you do. As Clockwork, your job is not to get a bunch of items. Your job is to make space on the map, find kills. Speaking of kills, Bane goes down mid to the Tusk, who's finally had some... Oh, he got a suicide.
Yeah, he got the Nightmare off, yeah. What level is
But
that
with Clockwork,
level 2.
You're not a farming laner, and you're not going to win very many lanes.
Alright, we got a rotating Tuskar. He's coming up. I'm not really sure what he can do here. He doesn't have level 6.
Well, he has a haste, and Snowball is going to give him invulnerability frames if he has to dive the tower.
Everybody's full mana. They're
he's
got to
go now.
Yeah, they have to get the combo. He's got to get in there.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful shards.
That was
beautiful
perfectly executed. Yeah.
He got the damage, and he managed to create the wall. That was a very, very well executed
They're going to lose the Invoker mid, though, sadly. And looks like Darkseer is running for his life as well. Yeah, that was perfectly executed. They timed it just right. They scared him right into the igloo. There's not much you can do at that point. There's nothing you can do. It's just going to happen. And he gets closer to level 6. He's still about a third of a level away, so that'll change a lot too.
The CS chart is really close, but if you look at the net worth, there's actually a pretty big discrepancy between the two teams. We have Ember Spirit at 1,000 gold above the highest on wards and base, who's the Slark.
That's those 2 kills. That helps
out
quite a bit.
It's a really big deal.
And I don't even know. He didn't even get first blood. That was I don't remember who that was. Definitely wasn't him though. All right.
Was the Tusk the first death?
Tusk was the first death, correct.
Okay, so
it's probably Juggernaut. Speaking of Tusk.
Juggernaut got first blood. And second
got another one. Yeah. They're gonna go for the Sunstrike though. He's kind of he sees that. Actually the illusion is used the Walla replica takes out the healing ward, so Jug's gonna have to limp her back to base. Not the
He also only has 1 point in healing ward, which means he's gone some stats.
yeah.
That's kind of a unique build for Juggernaut, especially since Blade Dance is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's working out for him, and I can understand why he would want to do it, because against the Darkseer, you just sort of want to have a little more health and
Yeah,
a
you
little
want-
more damage to
you
deal
want the
with the
tank
Ion
ability.
Shell.
For sure. And he goes for the Void Stone first, so I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
he really
looking
wants to have Blade Fury up all the time.
Mhm.
That's his big thing, is that when Darkseer throws down the Ion Shell, he can, or when there are 2 Ion Shells down, as we saw once previously, he can just throw down Blade Fury, kill both of them, and not take any damage from the Ion Shells. So that's kind of his counter Darkseer measure. Sometimes you see people pick up a Midas to Midas the Darkseer creeps, but it looks like Jug is gone for
Yeah,
slightly
that's
different path.
don't give me that bullshit. That's just an excuse to get a Midas and be greedy. Don't give me that bullshit. Oh yeah, you got a Necro book. We gotta get Midases. No, that's, oh, we got a Helm of the Dominator. Get a Midas. Don't give me that RTZ.
Well, you haven't seen me play carry yet. It's a nightmare. My Naga is something that people stay up at night thinking about.
I don't
in cold
know.
sweats.
I've seen some Echo Slams and some Epicenters canceled because of Naga sleeps. My friend.
Oh, that's not even the important part. Wow, the Fortune base is really committing for this bottom tower dive.
Okay, yeah, but that's the thing, is they're gonna run into a little bit of friction here. Yugonete is coming in and he's got everything ready to go. He's just walked right past him. No! Oh, he doesn't get
didn't
Blade
get the
Fury off.
invulnerability
He
off.
doesn't get anything
Beam.
off. There we go. Omni Slash goes off, but they're all clumped up. It does really nothing. Sunstrike goes in, they share the damage. Ember Spirit comes up and just spanks everybody. Wow, that was
maybe a little too
they sat
aggressive.
there.
out of
Nox is all
base.
by himself. He's in 3v1. Invoker's on the side trying to help him, and there's a Venge there, but they're too far away. They won't get wiped here, and oh gosh, Invoker's going back in. Yeah, it's Ember just
Well,
came
he
in
does
and
have
he had a
Ghost
heyday.
Walk, so he'll be
Do they have
out,
any
but-
detection?
Oh, they have a dust. They have a dust.
There it is. They see
Oh,
him.
we got the dust. That's
Yeah.
going to be a team wipe.
Nope.
Oh, what a juke!
Oh my gosh! Oh, stopped by
no,
the battery
the
assault.
battery assault. That will be a
Full
team wipe.
Eesh, gosh.
Wow, this is new. I don't think we've seen wards and base losing quite this badly before.
No.
I know they tiered up to a new division, so this could have something to do with it, and there have been some roster changes, so still some kinks to be worked out, but that was uncharacteristically bold out of them, and a little bit too far, I think.
Yeah. I think they're realizing how far back they are, and they want to get a jump in that net worth. And they wanted the tower. They weren't really pushing the tower. They weren't really kind of scouting. They didn't really have the vision to support what they were doing. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. That was very uncharacteristic. And also, I don't know if you checked out Ghostz, their squad. I don't know if all of them, but most of them are Smurfs. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got very little items, if any, less than 500 games or hours played. So
That's dirty.
kind
I don't
of,
know.
yeah.
I don't want to do that for an amateur league. Does this even
Yeah.
have a prize pool?
Yeah, but still. A couple people mentioned it, and I decided to investigate myself just because I wanted to be in the know, and yeah, that's.
Digging for the truth. You're a journalist at heart.
Well, it was my major for a semester, so yeah.
No shit.
Double D. Oh my gosh, they're gonna commit the grip, but yeah, you're not getting out of that, buddy. They're gonna be TP rotations, 2 seconds too late here, and actually he might be dead too. Tuskar. Yep.
Oh.
See you later, boss.
Longest finger.
Yeah. That range. They're gonna get another rotation here. The tower's gonna finish off Bane, but not before the damage is done.
So,
And Juggernaut's gonna
Wards
get
and
away.
Base, when we watched them last season, they ended up winning their division. And one of the things that
Oh
characterized
my
their
gosh!
team,
Again.
yeah,
That's a
one of the
nice
things
wall,
that
but too
characterized their
late.
team was not strong individual play, but strong team play.
Mhm.
And I'm just not seeing the same synergy out of this new group from them. It looks very hectic. They're kind of all over the place. They're not really grouping up on each other or finding common objectives to take. And I think that is something that they'll have to work through throughout the season. And I look forward to seeing them do that. But right now, it's not working out this game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you noticed this, but their captain's not in the game. And they
Oh,
call
he's not?
GG.
I thought Frankie was the captain.
Nope. No. Dylan is. Yeah, they can call GG.
Oh, okay. Well, probably a good point at which to do that. It was pretty over.
Well, I
14-2, and they didn't really have a big comeback mechanism. Slark is one of those carries that wants to be ahead and stay ahead. So
sure. You're quite a.
yeah,
He definitely wants to be ahead. Well, and not only that, but the Ember was. He
yeah, he
was.
was huge.
He had BOTs by like 11 minutes. So yeah, they were doing pretty well. So not the greatest display, but yeah, the captain's not in. So different drafter. Um, he typically they all kind of contribute with calling the shots, but that definitely takes a little bit of part in that too. So new season, first game, shit happens, right? So
Right. Well,
um,
they do have a chance to redeem themselves in game two.
yeah, it's a
Let's
best of
see
two.
what kind of picks they go after this time.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely
I
have a nice little chat about what just happened, and
yeah,
hopefully another strategy. Yeah, that was an interesting draft. Execution or not, I mean, it wasn't going to be very easy to pull off as opposed to Team
no, it
Ghost where it's
was
pretty clear
yeah,
cut. So,
it
all
was a
right.
mid-game team fighting draft with the Darkseer setting everything up, Invoker taking all the mana away, and then Slark just running rampant.
Yeah, but it would take a little bit for that to get online though. That
Oh yeah,
wasn't
definitely.
it wasn't something that was going to be like
Yeah,
innately part
it's a
of the
level
lineup.
11
Yeah.
target.
Yeah, so
You want to have level 2 replicate.
we were almost there, Brian, but GG is called. We were almost there. All right, quick break and we'll get into game 2 here.
All right, sounds good.